Welcome to the flip side, Sex Ed Edition. Now, we're not going to school you in the new curriculum because you can click on that in the link below. However, this is clearly a very polarizing issue for both the media and the public alike. So, talking about the media perspective, Lauren, what do you think?
Well, I think there may be an issue of false balance here.
Okay.
So the go-to opposition for this new curriculum is Dr. Charles McVety, who's a fundamentalist religious leader, very right-wing, was pretty instrumental in getting this curriculum torn down last time the Liberals tried to introduce it. But he says some really awful stuff.
Yes, he does.
Transphobic, homophobic. And we even saw CB24 went live to Queen's Park the other day. There's a protest against this new curriculum, and they did live hits with these protesters. And again, some very problematic things were said. And I wonder if at some point it's unethical and we're creating a false balance by airing these views.
Here's the issue. Those views upset you because you're against them. However, when there's no counterpoint there, that's the problem. So when CP24 does roll up, which is part of what they do, they can only get the views of the people who are there, unless there are some other people who can express their own take on the situation.
They interviewed them.
They were. There was. And I think that this is an issue that's going to continue to play out. Now, on the jaded realist side of me, every political party has an agenda when they're going to introduce things. Obviously, the Liberals were not going to make sex ed as part of their major platform during an election because it's very polarizing. However, they choose to bring it out now. And as someone who works in the news, you know that the Liberals have not been having a happy time with headlines lately.
True.
So is this... my question to you could be, is this a bit of a diversionary tactic? Like, don't look over here at the scandal, but look over here at curriculum, and more importantly, look at the nasty homophobic things that they're saying about Premier Wynne. And what's interesting is that she's not sitting back on this. So she's not saying, well, I'm not going to dignify that response with an answer. Oh, she's dignifying it all right, and she's coming out blazing. What do you think about that?
Okay, I agree. It does make her look pretty good. It makes the Liberals look pretty good, and they do need some good press these days. I don't think I'm quite as cynical. I mean, certainly...
You wait.
Okay. Well, I think the things that people are saying about Wynne are incredibly hurtful. They're calling her an enabler of pedophiles, corrupting children, like awful, awful stuff.
True.
And if I were her, I would be speaking up loud and proud.
I agree, but I still can't help think that this is a great diversionary move where right now Premier Wynne, whose rating wasn't that great a week ago, is now going a little bit up in how people feel about her because of this issue. The issue is still important because it is sex ed and it does need updating.
Absolutely.
However, I think this is something that isn't going to go away so fast. This isn't going to burn through the news cycle to the Liberals' benefit. And I think you and I are going to be still talking about this in the weeks to come.
That's right. And we'll find out how this plays out when people start opting their kids out of health class.
That's true. Yeah. And we'll be looking at that right here on the flip side.
We'll see you next week.